Welcome, everyone. We'll go ahead and get started. My name is David Wood. I'm the programs director for Early Music America, and we wanted to welcome you all to this webinar this evening. We're really thrilled to see the kind of response we had. We had a wonderful response to some dance webinars we had earlier in the year, and we wanted to continue them on a semi-regular basis as much as we could. And so we're very happy to have Catherine Turocy with us today to lead us through this session on the Sarabande. Catherine Turocy is co-founder of the New York Baroque Dance Company, who founded that in 1976 and is recognized as one of today's leading choreographer, reconstructors, and stage directors in 17th and 18th century period performance. With over 70 Baroque operas to her credit, she's decorated in 1995 by the French Republic as a Chevalier in the Order of Arts and Letters. In April of 2020, she and her company were invited as guest artists to perform at the Royal Theatre in Versailles, one of the very few US companies of any dance style to receive this honor. And in the US, Turocy has mentored the dance artists working today in Baroque festivals across the country, such as the Boston Early Music Festival, the Aquilon Festival in Oregon, and the Berkeley Early Dance Festival. And she's collaborated with many leading conductors, including John Elliott Gardner, Christopher Hogwood, James Richmond, Nicholas McGeegan, Ryan Brown, Harry Bickett, and many others. And we noticed back in the spring with all of our choreographers that we had doing other sessions, every single one of them had a touch point that was having learned from Catherine at one point or another in their career. So we're very happy to have Catherine joining us this evening, and I am going to turn it over for the presentation, and then we're going to reserve time for question and answer at the end. If you have questions throughout the presentation, you can go ahead and put them in the chat so you don't have to remember them the whole time, and we'll make sure to go back through and answer any of those and make sure we can answer as many of those as possible here in the next hour. So Catherine, welcome and thank you again, and it's all yours.
Thank you so much, David. I'm delighted to be here. And this whole work that I've been doing about the idea of the microcosm, macrocosm, and how the body fits into that when performing and also when choreographing is research that I've been doing, or just a line of thought that I've been doing for a long time. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the chat, uh, and you can go ahead and copy this if you like. It's just a link to my original article on the Vitruvian Man, Baroque fractals, and Baroque dance. And let's just see. I'm also giving you so the music that we're going to be working with today is a partita number 1 in B minor, and it's Bach, so that we can look at the violin partita, the Sarabande, and talk a little bit about how that's different from maybe perhaps a notated saraband, but the idea of going into this question of the inner self is still very much a part of that, and I think a part of the exploration of the artists at that time. And then later we're going to look at a dance notation of the saraband and talk a little bit, just sort of experience a little bit the relationship of that to what we have been doing. All right, so I'm just going to change the way my computer looks so that I have, right, okay. I'm just going to spotlight for everyone, see if that works. Great. Okay. So, if you have a stool like this, or if you have a chair without arms, that would be a good way to start. So the first part, mostly because we're doing this with, both dancers and musicians and some actors, regular people who are not performers but like to experience the Baroque art, I thought I would do this kind of warm up sitting down. The first thing I'd like to talk about is the idea of the microcosm, macrocosm. And most people are familiar with the Vitruvian Man. So you know that he's, for instance, if he's in this circle, or you might also think of it as a sphere, you can just take your feet out like that. and you should be able to touch the edges of the circle. So in that, that's the spiritual world, and the center of the spiritual world is going to be the navel. These are all ideas that the artist from that time, any educated person at that time, was familiar with. So we're going to be sometimes thinking about the sphere and the idea of the spiritual world. Other times we're going to be thinking about the material world, and that is the square. So your hands are touching the sides of the square. And I do encourage you to go ahead and do this with me. It's not going to be difficult, but in order to feel the principles of what we're talking about, it does help to just go ahead and imitate the teacher. Okay, and for this world, and I see somebody's coming up with a chat. Yes, right. For the material world, which is the square, the center would be the genitals, or you could think of like the pelvic region. When you're looking at a piece of work, whether it's an opera and an aria, or a dance, or a sculpture, let's imagine that we're at a point where there's some kind of conflict. So there's a big storm. So often the idea is that the storminess in the conflict of the story is embodied by the character. So the idea of the storm could be in different places. The storm could be in the head. It could be confusion. It's stormy. I don't know what's happening. So just move your head. This would be more, the thought process just around here, the head. So we're looking at different parts of the body. If it's a question of the heart, then it's the heart. It's this area right here, which would feel the torment, like, oh my God, it's happening. No, it's not happening. What should I do? It would be there. If you're actually really trapped, physically trapped in physical danger, it would be more in the material world, and it would be running around the stage, or really, caught in something, in a pose that's going to highlight more of the physical world. So it helps to think of the body, through the microcosm. First of all, it helps to think about the thought, the heart, and then more the material world right here. In terms of the breath and in terms of the tension of the body, it helps to imagine whatever that natural element that's going to be danced about or expressed is actually inside your body. That it's not something in the outside necessarily that you're reacting to, but it's something that's coming from the inside. So you're generating that idea. So for instance, just have your feet like so, and go ahead, just take your head forward. And what I would like to do is to have that sense of surprise. So surprise is quick, and if it's a surprise that's let's say it's a sound and it's happening over here, that instead of going here and then there, which would be more maybe pantomimic or telling us, hey, there's something going on, let's have the sense of surprise inside, which would be a quick upward movement and then coming out through the ear. Here and down. So as you do that, you feel that you're coming up here. In order to highlight the ear, you're going out this way. But you also find that you have to brace yourself with the hips. Otherwise, you're going to fall off the chair. Same thing when you're standing. You're going to have to brace yourself with the body. So let's just go into surprise again. You're here, and you hear it. Very good. Now, as you do that, if you look at me, my head is on one plane. It's sort of like pulled out this way, and my shoulder's going out that way as well. Yet at the same time, in order to keep my balance, there's a diagonal line going through my body, and it's keeping the weight over here so that I don't fall over. So when you are dancing, whether you're thinking about an expression that is an emotion or a state of being, it's going to have this sort of like polarization of energy in order to balance itself and in order to be read accurately by the audience and also felt by the performer. Um, so let's just do one simple exercise. You're here, just go ahead and take the head down. And I want you to feel that you're planting your hips into the chair and they're moving up down this way. And in the opposite direction, the body is going up and the energy is going out through the top of the head, reaching towards the heavens. Okay, so go down again. And you're reaching down this way, but I'm also going up, reaching towards the heavens. So on the inside, I'm feeling this column of energy that's joining the earth with the heavens. So this is my body is a microcosm, or it's a reflection of the cosmos. And the cosmos does have the heavens, the earth, and, the deep earth. All right, if I wanted to think that I'm not completely joining the earth with the heavens, I'll just take the head down. So have the head go really up, and now the head is just resting. So there's a difference of the attention in your spine. You're here, you're attentive, and the head is here. I'm thinking this is going to really work. And then you stop thinking, and your head just goes like so. This is the heart space. If your heart space is looking up, the chest is going here. If your heart space is getting a little depressed and maybe inward thinking, it's going to go down. So put this back here, and you're thinking, it's going up, you're feeling something towards someone, maybe this person over here, and then you're going to feel down. Okay, so you got the head, you have the heart space, and now you have the material world. So the material world, let's say that you're feeling something or you want to express something that's an inner concept. So it's a true reflection to the sort of like base of what you are. Go ahead and take the hips a little bit to the side, and then back, and maybe to the other side and forward. Again, to the side, you're considering something that's off balance. You retreat. I'm not ready to show what it is I'm thinking about. You go to the other side, maybe the answer is over here, and then you go back into a balance. And again, to the side, and to the back, to the side, and to the balance. And one more time, just warming up the hips to the side, to the back, to the side, to the balance. Normally when studying sculpture from the period or painting from the period, you never see people like totally symmetrically balanced like this. Usually the head is on one plane, the heart space might be on the other, and then the lower body would be on yet another plane. So if you just wanted to think, you're looking here, take the shoulders away, and just have a sense of going onto the hip, and you're leaning away that way. And maybe just a little bit of an arc in the back. And then just take your arms out. And so here you have something that's a little bit more of the structure of that Baroque pose. And the structure of the pose is going to be, in this class, it's going to be coming from, we're going to be building it from the inside out. So unlike other dance classes where sometimes it's a good idea just to say, okay, the arm is here, the other one is out here, feel the relationship to the diagonal, now you're in between. That would be taking the outside elements and then trying to come back to the inside. But what I want to do in this class is to come from the inside and go to the outside. All right, so we're going to be taking the Sarabande. It's by Bach. Rachel Podger is performing it. We're just looking at the first 8 measures for our educational experience. And it's sometimes people talk, some musicologists talk about these partitas as not being so much a dance that, like a functional dance, meaning this is a dance that's published that we should all be dancing in the space, but they talk about it as a dance of the mind. And a dance of the mind, as they describe it, is something that refers to dance, but is an investigation, like an inner investigation of what the character of that dance is. So I choreographed the first 8 measures, and we're first going to learn what we're doing with our main core. And then we're going to learn what we're doing with the upper part of the body. So it's like the arms are the extension of the core. And then we're going to fit the legs into that. So we have 3 different stages. All right. So I was trying to think of how should I teach this. I'm going to try and do mirror image, and then when we actually do it, I'll turn that way so that we can be pretty much on the same side. All right, so this is mirror image. Then I hope I don't get confused. In our beginning, so I'm just going to work with the core right now. Now the directions of the core are suggested to me by listening to the music. This might be a good time to listen to the music. Why not? We keep talking about it. So I'm just going to go share, and we're going to do right advanced, and we're going to audio, and I'm going to my share. Bing. And let's just listen to the first 8 measures. Okay. So when I'm hearing the music, what I hear is coming, from an inward reflection. I hear a sense of like growing first in that vertical column, and then adding a sense of expanding in the horizontal space. So, and then after that, I feel a touch of horizontal space, and I'm going to be using more the heart space of going side to side. So like the first measure is the expansion, the second measure is going into that horizontal space on both sides evenly. The third measure, I hear it as a line that goes, goes to the right, and then I feel that the line sort of doubles back and goes to the left, and then I feel a kind of introspection. So we're going to do a motion that shows that introspection, and then after that it moves you forward. Okay. So here we go. So as I said, we're just going to deal first with with the core of the body. I'm trying to wear this so that you can see, when I'm going down and when I'm going up like that, so that it shows a little bit more of the body. I guess that works. Okay, so I'm going to try very hard to do mirror image. We said we were going to start like this. Go ahead, and instead of being like totally up like so, just be a little bit relaxed and have the pelvis just a little bit forward. Right. Okay, so from there, you're going to breathe in through the center. 1, 2, 3, and then release just a little bit. So you see how I'm releasing just a little bit. I'm releasing from that vertical plane, and now I'm going to go ahead and expand more in the horizontal space. So the core, you're curved. You breathe in, go up 1, 2, 3, and expand 2, 2, 3. I try to feel like the wings of my back opening up on that second measure. And then I look this way, but I'm taking my shoulder just a little bit forward here. I'm going to be concentrating here on the third measure. 3, 2, 3. I'm going to be looking down that way. Okay, already I've not done well in doing a mirror image. So from here, it's up, 2, 3, expand here, 2, 2, 3. Look to the right, 3, 2, 3. And then from there, you're just going to take this part of the body and take it around, sort of standing, and then in. So when I say from here, let's say, okay, mirror image, you're here, and you're thinking 3, 2, 3, you're going to take it around and bring it back in to the center. Okay, so just those 4 measures. Maybe I could do it this way, it might help. We go. 1, 2, 3, expand. 2, 2, 3. Look, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Okay, so that 4, let's say if I mirror image here, the 4 is this part of the body going kind of like around and in. All right, let's just try that much with the music. Just those 4 measures. Okay, it's going to repeat. Try it again. Okay. Looking at that from the front, in case you want to see what that looks like, but I mean, not doing mirror image, I'll just show you. So I want you to be a little reflective when you come in on that 4th measure. Let's do it with me. Okay. So, following rules of balancing and symmetry, we have just gone, you went up, we expanded, we looked to the right, we sort of circled around with the upper part of the body to the left, and now we're going to go into the hip area. So for here, for 5, it's going to be a circle that goes there and back and to the side. So it's going to the side, the right side, then you're curving back upon yourself, and then you're going to the left side, and then you're just going to come forward. So you're actually making like a whole kind of circle, mirror image. I was here on 4. Then I'm going forward, oops, I'm going side, back, side, and forward. I'm not going to go all the way center, but I'm just going to come this way, because with the measure 7 and 8, then I'm going to come forward. All right, so in your core, doing mirror image, in your core, so I'm a mirror of you. You've gone up on 1, you've expanded across the back on 2, you've looked with your heart in this direction on 3, you circle the top part of the body on 4 and bring it in. And then on 5, you go in that direction, and 2, 3. On 6, you're going to begin to bring it back, 6, 2, 3. And then from there, you're just going to collapse a little, and you're going to sort of like grow forward, 7, 2, 3, and 8. And by 8, you're connecting the earth with the heavens, and you're connecting with your audience. So if I was drawing this, I'm going up on 1, expanding, going up on 2, looking here on 3, my chest is going around at 4, then it goes like an S curve down to the hips, 5, I pull back around here, and then I'm here on 6, almost there, and now I'm going to go forward and open. Okay, so I'm not trying to be a storm. I'm not trying to be anything of nature at this point. What I'm trying to be is using the geometry of the inner body to make a sort of an architecture for the music. And of course, it does read as an expressive statement. If you're just here with your head, you go, what? Okay, yeah, okay, you're taking it forward, but usually that means like, what? I need to see more clearly. If you have your chest here and you're going, whoa, what was that? Uh, just because you bring it in here, it's not an abstract movement, really. I mean, there's nothing truly abstract. That's a sense, it could be a sense of joy, it could be a sense of something else. So while I'm creating the structure, yes, it's abstract. Yes, it's going perhaps with an abstraction of the music, because I don't believe that Bach is trying to tell a story in these partitas. I think that he's trying to give us a nonverbal expression of the human spirit. So in looking for that, I'm trying to listen to the music in my own mind, see what the directions are, feel the inner landscape, and then it's going to blossom out into a dance. Okay, so we're going to try this with the music, uh, all 8 measures, and I'll just review it being a mirror image, and then I'll turn around and be the same side as you are. So the mirror image would be growing 1, 2, 3, expand 2, 2, 3, look to the side 3, 2, 3, bring the chest in and around 4, 2, 3. Go to the hips, take them to the side 5, 2, and bring it to the back 2, 3, almost to center 6, 2, 3. And now try to connect to not only the vertical, but also that sense of moving forward as you're going vertical. So you're doing 2 things. And then I'm almost like leaning forward here as I come to the 8th measure. In the dance, I might actually go back like this. I don't know. It's just, but the idea of leaning is important because I don't want to be balanced. Otherwise, I wouldn't have that much to say next. All right. So if you're doing it with me, it's going to look like breathing in, 2, 3, expand, 2, 3 to the side, 2, 3 around the chest, 2, 3 hips, 5, 2, 3, almost center 6, 2, 3 going forward and coming up 7, 2, 3 connect the earth with the heavens but have a sense of reaching forward 8. Okay, we should be able to do that twice because there's a repeat. Okay, let's just try that much. Okay. All right, very good. Are there any questions? If so, can you just unmute yourself and ask the question? Otherwise, we'll go on. Okay, I think we can go on. So as I said earlier, the arms, then the choice of the arms comes out of this idea of where the core is going. So let me do it once, because I've been practicing it on a particular side this way. So we're going to go, we're going up, but we're also going to take the arms to the side. Oh, 1, 2, 3, and 2, 2, 3. Okay. So it looks like doing the opposite, doing mirror image. 1, 2, 3. Relax, inflate. 2, 2, 3. And then from there, just look, you're gonna look down 3, 2, 3, like so. And then you're going to take it around 4, 2, let the arms come to a sort of circle, 4, 2, 3. Okay, mirror image. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. And once more. 1, 2, 3, and 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, and 4, 2, 3. Next, we have the hips going this way, so the arms are going to go up like so, on 5. 5, 2, 3, and just open them. 6, 2, 3. From there, you're going to, okay, what does that look like? Because you have to see this part. I think I was here 4. And, right, so 5 is going to be 5, and I'm leaning that way. 5, 2, 3, open. 6, 2, 3, and then both arms come up. 7, 2, 3. So you're here. So it's almost like you're gathering. 7, 2, 3, and then go ahead and just give. So you're going to open with the hands first. So they sort of unfold like that. Open there, and then out. So from here, you're gathering here, and then you're going to open out. And go ahead and reach just a little bit away from those arms. So instead of going like here, you're gathering here, and then you're giving. So I'm reaching this way, but I'm also leaning back with the chest in order to make that a more generous statement. Okay, looking at it as if we're both doing it on the same side. Expand. 1, 2, 3, and 2, 2, 3. Go. 3, 2, 3. Around. 4, 2, 3. Go. 5, 2, 3. Open. 6, 2, 3. Gather. 7, 2, 3, and give. 2, 3. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm putting the directions that I just did, with my upper body, with my hips, with my core. I'm taking that and I'm letting that expand into the arm gestures. So I'm joining these two ideas. I'm being the microcosm, and I'm becoming larger as I join the macrocosm. All right, let's try that. Here we go. Again. Okay, so you should feel very active, in the torso and with the arms, and you have a sense of material world, of your base, what the emotion is, and the thought. Um, right. Okay. Getting to the feet is a little tricky. I think we're actually going to have to stand up because it's hard to do. One of these gestures I have is a bourrée around ourselves, and we can't quite do that. So I know some of you don't know what pas de bourrée is, temps de courant, and all that. So we're going to do this not on the balls of the feet. We're going to do this more on the flat foot. Oh, maybe I need to. No, I guess that's okay. There we go. Okay, so let's just go ahead and stand with your leg on your weight on one leg. And you're going to plie and up 1, 2, 3, and 2, 2, 3. You know what? I actually have to review this now that I've been through everything. It's like, wait, what did I do? Hang on. Okay, now I remember. So the first is just expanding, and I think it could be go ahead and take this leg out. 1, 2, 3, and then plie or bend and make a circle around here. 2, 2, 3. So you're going to go ahead and step on that. So you're here, goes out to the side, plie, rise, circle, and step. Okay, with the arms, you are plie, rise, and now circle and step. Here, for the third beat, the action is going to go down a little bit to the legs, and you're just going to go point and just take it, touch the front of your foot, the back of your foot, and then just make a circle like so. And you can make that as fancy or unfancy as you like. And then from there, on the fourth measure, you're going to close, and then you're going to circle this foot around and go like so. Okay, so let's look at, once you've been here, the third measure, you're going to look at your foot, just do a little ornament like that, and then just change the weight to that foot, release the other one, circle, and around. And that's where it feeling the circle a little more in the upper body. That was the, looking here, and then the upper body going center there, and then the next thing that's going to happen is the hips. Okay, just those 4 measures. And we go 1, 2, 3, and 2. 2, 3, point, 3, and 2, and 3, and close 4, around 2, 3. 5, this hip goes out, this arm is going to come up as we do a pas de bourrée, or we just do 3 walks. 5, 2, 3. Okay, so while I'm doing that, I'm trying to really move the hips like so. So that I'm here, this is going to be in opposition to my front leg, and I'm going to go like so, go 5, 2, 3, and then step, slide, 2, 3. That would be 6. 7 is just 3 steps forward with the arms coming up. 7, 2, 3, and now I'm in the wall, but 7, 2, 3, and then you're going to take a step here, step, and slide that foot forward. Okay. So it's a lot putting this together, but I think you got it. Let's just try that. It's going to do a little bit of a time check here. Yes. And here we go. We rise 1, 2, 3 and 2, 2, 3, 3 and 2 and 3 and 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, step 6, slide, 3, go 7, 2, 3 and 8. Okay, just the feet. Just the feet. You go to the side and circle. Third measure, point, ba, ba, and circle. Fourth measure, close, circle to the back. Fifth measure, through 3 walks. 1, 2, 3. Sixth measure, 2 walks. 6, 2, 3. Seventh measure, 3 walks. 1, 2, 3. And the last measure, step and slide the other foot forward, transfer the weight. All right, I'm gonna put the music on. Let's just do the feet, and then let's do the whole thing on the repeat. Oh, wait, we can't do that because it's going to, we won't be in the right, well, you can do that if you turn around. I'll just turn around where I am and face you. Hopefully that won't be too confusing. Here we go. Okay, let's try that once again. I'm sorry, I always have so much that I want to do. Well, let's do that one more time together with me. And, we'll face that way and then we can turn around and come back. This might be the last time because I'll have to talk about some other things. Okay. Very good. So that is what I would call a dance of the mind. But what does the Sarabande look like in a notation system? Let's just take a look and do the share screen and look at La Royale. Go there and we'll go here and we'll share like so. Okay, we'll try that again. So interesting. Right, the basic. And we have this. Good. And here. Okay. So, it's gonna do this. A lot of sarabands open with the temps de quarante or just that one step, that step slide. And here in this dance, it's a couple dancing, they're symmetrical. So this is a functional dance. They're dancing with each other. They do the temps de quarante, that long breath here, long breath here. Here with this music, they come forward And then they do a kind of what you call an emboîté, which is a bourrée that collects the body into one place. Then they repeat that with the ton de courante and the ton de courante, and they go off to the side. So this fits the architecture of this music. Now, a lot of times I just like to ask myself, what happens if we put what we just did to that music, to the functional music? We're going to ignore this notation. Let's just try it to that other music and see how does that feel? Does it have any correspondence with what we've just heard from Rachel? So I'm going to go there, and I'm going to go right, advanced and music. Okay, ding. And for some reason, I hope I didn't close that. Oh, that's what that was. Okay, let's just hear this. Okay, obviously it's a little faster, but try it once more. Okay. I'm just going to pause that. I think it's probably time now to go to questions. So let me just, cut it at that point. And I'm going to go back to gallery. David, if you can help me if there were questions in the chat. But with this last example, I just wanted to show how if you take what we just did, which is my concept of how to dance to Bach, and then we put it to a piece of music that's choreographed for a sarabande, you can still feel that correspondence between the movement choices and the sarabande. It's just that the sarabande that's choreographed is a danse à deux, or it's for the court, and it's for two people to dance together, as opposed to the solo sarabande, which is more of a solo statement of the dancer and also of the musician. Okay, whoa, let's go to gallery, and if I can answer any questions at this point about our experiment. Please unmute yourself. Oh, so from Tim Carter, right, how slow can slow be? Um, well, so what we took with Rachel was pretty slow. What if I wanted to take that a little more slowly? I would just have to use my inner landscape. I could go 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I've taken a different rhythm or time just because I can, and I can play with the timing more. I could add a little jump. I could add a little turn. It could have been a 1. Sorry. It could have been a 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and, for instance, if it's very slow. So I think it's not so much the tempo as much as that you don't warp the shape. So that it's within a piece of architecture, it's within a design, and then the dancer will ornament or fill it out within that. Okay, I think I saw another chat. question, which was, I'm more interested in determining the most appropriate tempo for sarabands in the suites of High, etc. Yes. Well, it depends on what kind of a saraband it is. Is it a French saraband, which is very ornamented, which would be slower? Or is it a Spanish saraband, which has a little more, snap to it and it's a faster dance? So you first have to determine that. Um, and then I would just,
Ferociously French.
so what we just did today was mostly French. Thank you for that.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes. It's definitely a French idea. So I think that Bach sarabands tend to be more French than Spanish. Other questions? Or if you would like to make an observation? Okay, I don't know whether these are.
But the ones I've been dealing with are always at risk of turning into minuets.
Uh-huh.
That kind.
Yeah. Uh, hmm. Well, I think there is a sort of inner contemplation to the saraband. I mean, I think if the saraband it feels like it's turning into a minuet because of the way it's composed, maybe it's more of a Spanish saraband.
Oh,
The
okay.
sarabands that are going in and out and have a more complicated chordal progression, more ornamentation. I would say that's more the French, where you want to have more of that sort of sense of the inner landscape.
Mhm.
I hope that helps, Alice.
I think so.
Okay. Would you mind demonstrating a Spanish saraband? Okay, I wouldn't take a Spanish saraband slow. But I don't have one up my sleeve, I mean, in terms of the music. But it could be more like, something like, one, two, three, two, two, three, three, two, three, four, three, five, six, seven, eight. So it'd be more that tempo and, yeah, just different. Okay, everyone, thank you. Oh, yes, yes, thank you, Rachel. Another question, who can see your messages? Sorry. Thank you so much, enlightening. Great, great. Yes, I'm hoping this just gives a little bit more of like, what's the difference between doing an artful piece as opposed to a piece that's being played for the court and is social. So the social dance is what you do for your own pleasure. It's what you do at court. It's what you do in the ballroom. But when you get to the ballet or the art, then you're talking about the movement of the soul or movement, certain expression. So that's when you have to get into this whole question about the inner landscape and how the body fits within that. And I'm really talking, as a dancer, does the choreography ever reflect the repeated rhythmic pattern, emphasizing the second beat? I mean, the choreography is like another line in the music, and it's not a slave to the music. So it doesn't, if you do a repeat of the, music, you don't necessarily do a repeat of the choreography. I think that sometimes there is a sense of emphasizing the second beat, but not all the way through the saraband. Some sarabands do that, some don't. Um, right, what was I going to say? Yes. And the dancer, dancers were expected to improvise. So they really had to put themselves into, you might say, that inner sense of the music to be able to improvise within that. And it's really through the breath and through feeling those different geometrical patterns going through the body. A lot of times in the court dance, they're always asking you to be upright, connect the earth with the heavens. And that's fine because that's what being polite is about. It's not polite to, always go like that. It's not polite to go like this, but when you're dancing, you're going through different emotions that have motions, and then you're not worried about being polite as much as expressing. So that's one thing to keep in mind in your dance class. Are you doing a ballet, which has the movement of the soul, or are you doing something that's polite and something uh, that maybe has more of a mathematical basis, more of an abstract feeling to it. Okay. So I'm just actually I am looking at the chat on my second computer. I can see that a little more easily. All right. I can say that if you're interested in La Royale, which was the second music, we are going to be looking at that dance this month in September, and Caroline Copeland is going to be teaching the first class September 11th on Saturday, this coming Saturday. So just, go to our website, www.nybaroquedance.org, and or you can just Google the New York Baroque Dance Company and it'll bring up the website. And then just look for Zoom classes and workshops, and you'll find Dance of the Month. So our idea with that is that Caroline's going to be teaching the first class on Saturday. And then for those people who want to get deeper into it, on Tuesday evenings, we're going to go to like the second figure, third figure, fourth figure. And if this time on the Tuesday evenings is not fitting for many of our students, we may change it. But right now we're trying to do that. Always lovely to see you and learn from you. Oh yes. Wonderful. Yeah, the cello. The cello is, I mean, all those instruments. It's just what an incredible investigation, I would say, into these sort of more abstract pieces of music, which in the end are more, they reveal the soul more than anything, I think. Um, right. Oh, yes. And for those of you who are in New York, Julia Bankston is going to be performing at the Morris Jamel Mansion on September 18th. And I will make sure that that's also, I have to actually update the website, but I'll make sure that that's on the website. And if for some reason you don't see it, just get in touch with me at cturocy@gmail.com. It's kind of easy to remember. I guess I could put that in the chat. And David, did you want to say anything or um, about the next event?
Um, well, we have another event. The next public webinar that we have will be coming up on October the 10th, which is a Sunday at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, 3 p.m. Eastern time. And that's with Dr. Claire Garabedian, who is a cellist and a music therapist who's out of Edinburgh, Scotland, but she's going to be joining us and talking a little bit about some of the work that she does with early music and wellness and through the lens of music therapy. So that's on October the 10th. And then we're in the process of scheduling other upcoming webinars and classes for November and December. So you can always find information at our website there at earlymusicamerica.org. And if you joined us from by getting a solicitation from a friend or elsewhere, and you want to know more about Early Music America's activities, you can also sign up for our newsletter at the bottom of earlymusicamerica.org. You can click a little button and you can put in your information, and you can get our weekly email, which includes the links to webinars like this, as well as general information about the world of early music, historical performance practice, and as much as possible, period dance as well. So those are all available to you on our website. And we also invite you, of course, to consider a membership with Early Music America if you want to help support things like these free webinars that we offer as often as we can, and the other work of Early Music America. I think there actually was one question way back. It kind of got stuck in the middle.
Was that the one
Jan.
about the Sarabande being forbidden?
No, there was. I just said the faster Sarabande had a certain flow, a push toward the downbeat, compared to the box, which seemed to sit more on each beat. Is that something more? Is that something more than tempo?
Yes, it's more than tempo. Yeah, it is. And that's a good observation. And then there was a question about the forbidden Sarabande. I don't really read that much about it in the during box time. And I think that was really dealing more with the maybe 16th and 17th centuries, this idea of the forbidden Sarabande. And any dance can be lewd, unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know. So yeah, so anything can be taken to an extreme. I mean, look at twerking. I mean, I suppose that was interesting at one point. Yes. It would be hard to do that in your 18th century outfit, though. All right. Well, I guess with that image, perhaps we should say goodbye.
Yes, what a way to end on the high point. That was lovely. Well, Catherine Turocy, thank you so much for sharing your expertise and all of your insights about what is obviously a very intricate and beautiful subject. So thank you so much for presenting this evening. We really appreciate it. And thank you everyone who joined us. We will be posting the recording of this on our YouTube. So if you want to go back and spend some more time and try to internalize these steps and these concepts a little bit more, and rewind and all that kind of stuff, then you can do that. So that'll be at our YouTube channel, and you can find that by searching for Early Music America on YouTube, or you can find our YouTube channel through links on our website, earlymusicamerica.org. Once again, thank you all for joining us. And Catherine, thank you for leading this evening.
My pleasure. Farewell.
Bye, everyone.